All right. Here we go. Welcome everyone to the Cleric Corner. My name is Riker, and here we talk about all things Dungeons and Dragons, tapping into our higher powers to create worlds more unique and stories more impactful. We had a little weird internet thing there. I had plugged in the Ethernet, but somehow, some way, that got rid of the internet. So, we're doing this on Wi-Fi today, which is a little scary, but don't know what that was all about. I need to check with my landlord, but hopefully that'll all be fixed in a few weeks or so when I move, as some of you know. But today we're going over a Lobster Warlock. We did some fun things in the chat last week, and I just had to revisit the conversation and create something new and unique for the game that I'm playing for my or the game that I'm jamming for my players on Tuesdays. All set in the pirate islands called Hakain, and you guys helped out a ton with my world building there. So we'll do a little bit of that today as well, but mostly want to focus on creating lobster sorcerer, or sorry, not lobster sorcerer. It could be a lobster sorcerer, but a lobster warlock. One specifically of the god Blipdoolpoolp, which we will also kind of go over a little bit today as well. But it looks like we have a lot of people in chat right now, so welcome, guys. Welcome. Definitely vulnerable to butter and cages, Steve Harris. Yep, definitely vulnerable to butter. Butter damage is super effective. Nikolai, what are we doing? I'll get more to that in a second. You plugged in the cord to drain the... Yeah, it was weird. Like, I plugged in the Ethernet cord, and it just... Internet was gone. So don't know what that was about. Oh, we already questioned already. If you do have a question, put question in all caps so I can pick it out of the chat easy. Pedro says, what kind of warlock did you want to make? One of Blipdoolpoolp. I'll actually just show you guys. In fact... before we get to that, always got to give a shout out to my Patron members. As with my with Clerics, Cleric being Scott Burns and our acolytes being Kaleidoscope and Weaver Atropos. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Always improving on my channel, the way that I do things, and future content for future people. So again, reminder. There'll be a lot of new fun things starting next month. So things good looking. A lot of things to look forward to. Pez, the chat is working. Yes, thank you. The chat is working, finally. This took me weeks to figure out. Shouldn't have taken me that long. Shouldn't have, but it did. As things do. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go over the who Blipdoolpoolp is first, because I feel like it's a god that not a lot of people know about. But here's what we have so far in the actual campaign. So I'm gonna shoot you guys over here. We're just going to get right into it. So this is kind of some things that we figured out. So what my players are going to go to is this pirate island where all of the different pirate clans kind of come to and meet. It's the Tortuga, from Pirates of the Caribbean, if you will. This is a peaceful, non-aggressive place. None of the pirate clans really get along that well, but for some reason, they get along here. And they're kind of live with each other. So the things that we talked about were an ancient lobster or ancient beast that is either the island itself or trapped nearby by spellcasters of each clan. So they kind of came together to subdue or trap this creature. This creature can be unleashed if any one wizard or any one spellcaster chooses it. And so, it's in everyone's best interest to stay on everyone's good side, because if one person gets out of line, then they can unleash it, right? But knowing that if one person unleashes it, then they have all of the other clans to deal with if they do so, right? So, the Kapan clan, they're the ones with magic items. I probably won't get into a lot of it again. If you want to learn more about the clans, look at last week's live stream. But there is a totem specifically that is captivating it, and that's coming from a different part of the world. But anyways, this ancient lobster, we're thinking like, oh, this probably came from Blipdoolpoolp because she has a big influence on the past of the world, right? The god of the kua-toa, the fish people, who created gods by simply just believing in them hard enough. Unfortunately, that race has died off, but Blipdoolpoolp is still around. So, That's kind of the current story here. And so the players are coming here to try to stop Mother Ozzy, which is a hag-influenced pirate captain, which is also pretty cool. So that's where we're at. Oh, did I see another question? Yay! What subclass will the Lobster Warlock be? That's where I need you guys. That's where I need your guys' help. We're going to build it today. We're going to build it together to try to figure out what this Lobster Warlock is going to look like, whether we want to dip into multi-class for other things, and if that makes sense, and just, yeah, what we're going to do with that. So I'm pretty excited. The lobster cracking deterrent, yes. So we're gonna go over to who Blipdoolpoolp is, and there is a nude picture. So I am going to remember real hard not to scroll up. You guys can, I mean, it's on the Forgotten Realms fandom, so all of you guys can view this. But this picture right up here is it's like, it's line work, it's nude, but I don't want YouTube to come after me. So anyways, so this is who Blipdoolpoolp is. As you can see, it's a really long, complicated name, hard to pronounce, but it's considered the Sea Mother, the Drowning Goddess, or the Whip of Whips. And they're neutral evil, and the symbol is a lobster head or a black pearl, which is also pretty cool. Domain of Death is one of them. I didn't think that Domain of Death was one, but there it is. And then, of course, the kua-toa were the worshippers. So some really cool facts about Blipdoolpoolp to kind of get us going, to familiarize ourselves with our patron. Because this is our patron for our warlock, is the Blipdoolpoolp. So Blipdoolpoolp is usually 15 foot tall, nude human female, lobster's head and claws, other depictions of crayfish heads. But let's see. Blipdoolpoolp was an enmity for a lot of surface-dwelling races, as well as lithids and drow. Sea Mother was irrational, prone to unpredicted mood swings, fickle changes in behavior. She was also highly secretive, shunning contact with most other deities. She was a loner, lone wolf. She believed herself to hold deeply fundamental magic secrets related to the nature of the universe, but hoarded these secrets to herself, making them possible to check. I think she'd get along with Vecna. Don't you think? She might get along with Vecna. Might be, did I ship that? Did I just ship that right then? the Blipdoolpoolp and Vecna get together, and it's a wonderful ship. Have undead lobster babies. The Sea Mother has a high value on pearls. They were considerably more effective than normal gems and precious metals in gaining her favor. So yeah, the kua-toa gave her, it's part of their worship, part of their sacrifice is gold, is shiny things, is shiny seashells, pearls, stones, anything like that looks like it has value. That was done in sacrifice to Blipdoolpoolp as god. Pedro asked, what kind of role do you want the character to take? That's a great question. The role that I want to take is an adversary. So it is Blipdoolpoolp is a god that one of the other players, again, if you are one of my players, sign off now. You are not supposed to be here. One of my players has a past, is basically the son of a water demi-deity, as you could say. This demi-deity has been tasked to keep the lobster god, Blipdoolpoolp, locked up in prison, essentially, in a prison in the water plane. However, this and the key to that plane was locked away in a ruined cell. However, this character found this key, used it as a magic item, and unfortunately, unbeknownst to him, or kind of beknownst to him, he like literally just gave it over. He gave her the key. He gave her the key to unlock himself. Are we good with the? If it starts to slow down or I keep cutting out, it seems like it's having some issues. But let me know. So, anyways, that's the problem that we're having. Is now she has this key and she's unlocking herself, and now is creating an influence in this world. And his father, who he hasn't met yet, is now going to have a real tough time. So he is going to eventually figure this out, what's happening, find his father, and hopefully fight this deity, right? It's kind of like endgame stuff, but I want to start letting those trail, starting to lay those breadcrumbs out now. Yes. Fathomless seems like the obvious one. Yep, definitely does. Maybe make a little baby god who has a detachable claw and an eye stalk. Oh, 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 oh. Like the left hand and left eye of Vecna, it's a claw and a stalk. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, so the drowning here are some powers that we'll be expecting, right? Drowning Goddess manifests herself as a spellcaster. Numerous spells away summoning your magic. Control of water. Lacking control of fire. Hard to poison or paralyze and is immune to all water magic. Her eyes are powerful, capable of seeing through most illusions. She could grab opponents with her claws and force them to look like her eyes. Force them to look into her eyes, potentially rendering victims insane. So I'm thinking spells like See Invisibility and Crown of Madness. Those kind of things would be interesting. Symbol of Insanity. Let's see. She was capable of summoning giant waves of giant crustaceans to do her bidding for a short amount of time. Kind of like I mentioned in a previous live stream. Maybe a multiclass into Swarmkeeper Ranger for those giant for waves of crustaceans, and then huge water elementals that remained in her service. So summon elemental would be really good. Blipdoolpoolp's power is extended to empowerment to favor kua-toa. Whip of Whips would mark a single kua-toa egg in a settlement as exalted, destining them for greatness by granting them extraordinary physical and divine power. So this is kua-toa warlocks in specific. You can see one of them changing into a. Let's see if we can actually get this bigger. See one of them growing a lobster claw. One of her kua-toa worshippers, kua-toa warlocks. Which is pretty cool. She could also empower pre-existing whips or monitors that she particularly favored with incredible power, causing them to grow into titanic size and become kua-toa leviathans. That is also locked away in the water plane currently. And the magic item or the key that she also has, that is what she uses to create more of these things, more kua-toa leviathans, which is also why she didn't it was hidden away and wasn't supposed to give her it yet. But hey, players do stupid stuff sometimes, and they're fun. She could bestow her faithful the unique spell of Touch of Blipdoolpoolp, which gave the caster ability to turn his or her hand into a lobster-like claw. Ooh, maybe that could be like the cantrip. It's a druid cantrip though. Primal Savagery, I think, is what it is. So it's turning your hands into a melee weapon. She provided those in her service with the ability to speak the kua-toa language, which is also pretty cool. There we go. This possession of magical necklace. This is what it is. This is the key. It's the magical necklace that I have in the world. It's capable of generating pearls with an assortment of magical properties. Number of new pearls can be made each week with effects lasting approximately 1 month. Unfortunately, they didn't get to the point where they could make pearls, but it's here. Also possesses a ring of influence and a wand of fear. And it goes into other things as well. But I think we got the gist for kind of what her powers entail and her general mood. So we have a plane of water. Let's see if there's anything else important, however. Let's see, we got worshippers. Ceremonies able to involve drowning of humanoids. That's kind of fun. And then anything in activities. For breeding her chosen race, plotting her revenge. She was known for sending avatars, to attend large-scale sacrificial rituals conducted by her priests, in which many humanoids were drowned. She also spent much time holding court for visitors who made offerings in exchange for small favors. So maybe the players could even come and try to break up this. Maybe a bunch of the warlocks are trying to drown a bunch of people for some ritual. Simply visiting the Sea Mother required an offering of exorbitant amounts of gold. Here's what I talked about before. Exorbitant amount of gold and gems and tens of thousands of gold pieces, while the price were lessened if paid in pearls. She loves pearls. Those who did not bring an offering to her domain were then commanded via the Gia spell to later return and either bring the offering amount of number of drow as sacrifices. So Gias, we're gonna try to get to level 15. We're gonna try. We'll see if we get there today. Affected individuals were also forbidden from directly and indirectly harming the kua-toa. She did not send omens to the kua-toa as warnings or assistance, but simply to communicate her pleasure or displeasure, which could be somewhat random due to her unstable state of mind. So, she's crazy. She's crazy. All right. Oh, Dissonant Whispers is a good one. Yep, Dissonant Whispers. Yes. Pact of the Blade uses the whip. We could use a whip. Drake Warden would be an interesting way to go. Have them a pet lobster abomination? Would it be like fire, where they spit, instead of like a fire breath, it would be like steaming hot water? That would be cool. Okay, well, it looks like you guys are getting into it already, so let's do this. So let's get in our character builder. We're gonna find a good picture and a name later, but make sure that all of our sources are turned on, and let's get to it. Actually, let's get rid of homebrew content for this one. Okay. What race? What race are we doing, guys? What race? Let's start with that. Obviously, like, we can do a human. When I think of water type things, right? There can be... Oh, where they all go. There's the sea elf. There's the simic hybrid. There's the triton. There's also the... Oh, where'd it go? There's the one fish person. Where's it? Oh, Lakatha. There they are. Lakatha. We could make a fish. We can make an actual fish person. Although it'd probably be more like a triton anyways. Or a water genasi. That could be fun as well. So water genasi. Let's see. We get cold resistance to cold. Breathe air and water. Call to the wave. You get a couple spells. So we can create, destroy water. And then water walk, which I like. So that would be really good. Was that the legacy one? No, that's the new one. Okay. Triton, we can walking speed 30. Let's see what's different. This one we get the gust of wind and the water walk spell. So maybe we get. I think we might get better spell options with the water genasi. But this one we also get darkness, and we get to talk to animals. So maybe we need that. But the sea elf would probably be better. Because they get similar things to the Triton, right? They get a trance and the perception scale, but they also get to talk with animals. And resistance to cold damage. We get a swimming speed equal to our walking speed, but no spells. But that could be made up for in our Warlock. So, let's see. We got Sea Elf, Triton. I think it'd be down to those three, right? Down to those three. I'm leaning towards... the Sea Elf. I'm leaning towards it. You guys have a preference? Oh yeah, the Simic Hybrid. That's right. Let's look at the Simic Hybrid real quick. S. I know the alphabet. I know where S is. Don't come at me. We get Dark Vision. We get languages. So here we get enhancements. So we don't get to talk to animals. We don't get spells, but we get enhancements. We get Manta Glide. We get to choose one of these. Which I don't think would be gliding anywhere, but we might need a climbing speed equal to our walking speed, or underwater adaptation. We definitely need that. But we'll get that with Sea Elf. So really, the only difference is that we'll get is at 5th level we'll get grappling appendages, which is probably what we want. Choose either both claw or tentacles. Each one is a natural weapon. That way, there you go. So then that way we don't even need to have primal savagery. Is we just have this. Ooh, but Carapace would be also really good too. Let's see. Here we go. Still going for the Drow Sea Elf. Did I say Drow Sea Elf? Did I say that? Okay, I see a lot of Sea Elves. So let's do that. Let's do a Sea Elf. Sweet. Sea Elf race. Beautiful. Oh, we get weapons in our trance. That's, sorry, not weapons. We get, proficiencies. Well, that's nice. Okay, I'll be looking in the chat to see if you guys have any ideas for proficiencies of this character. But we'll leave those alone for a second. Okay. So even though that this is technically like a Warlock flavor where we'll have a patron of Blipdoolpoolp, does not mean that we have to go Warlock, right? We don't have to go Warlock. We can go other things and just say that that's how we got our power, is just through a patron-like thing, because, hey, classes don't say, like, how you get your power. They say how your magic interacts with the real world, as many of my videos entail. Let's see... but with Warlock, we also, there is, actually, let me just open this up in another, so some options in the Warlock, though. We have the Genie Warlock, which, if we choose the, is it the Madrid? Yeah, the Marid. The Marid spells is the Water Genie, so we get Fog Cloud, Blur, Sleet Storm, Control Water, and Cone of Cold. which would all be good. We also get a vessel, which would be maybe the vessel could be like a piece of coral or something like that, where they can like dive into like this coral-like vessel, which would be kind of cool. It'd be like a really nice escape. Yeah, it's as an action. So really nice escape to kind of go into this thing. That'd be really funny if the players picked it up and they took it with them, because then I can attack them anytime I want. And but the other one is the Fathomless. Ooh, an OpenZ Paladin would be interesting. We'll look at that in a second. Fathomless gets us Destroyer... Wow. I was impressed with myself on that one. Create or destroy water, thunder wave, gust of wind, silence, thunderbolt, sleet storm, control water, summon elemental, and Big B's hand, the cone of cold. So this one would give us summon elemental. I don't know. I don't think summon elemental is on the warlock subclass or warlock spell. Hold on, let's look. I don't think it's on the warlock spell list at all. It's not. So maybe in order to get summon elemental, we need to go. Ooh, we might need to go warlock or the Fathomless for that. But they also get Wizard, Ranger, or Druid. Ranger, it would be a lot higher levels in order to get it. But we could go like a water-based Druid as well and have them wild shape into lobsters. That would be really interesting as well. Okay, what are we looking at? So okay, I see Paladin. Maybe like a Sorkadin, or not a Sorkadin, a Padlock would be very fun. Be really cool multiclass with Open Sea and Genie. Pearl inside a clamshell vessel. Wait, what's that about? Yamil? A pearl inside a clamshell vessel. Oh, yeah, like a vessel with the clamshell and the little pearl. Absolutely, like a little black pearl. Pfft, you're smart. Absolutely. Okay, I like this. Reflavoring Fiend Lock might be fun. Oh, Fiend? That one would be difficult. Because it's a lot of fire stuff. Although you get temporary hit points equal to your charisma modifier when you reduce it to 0. Ability check or saving throw, you can add D10 to your roll. You can do so after seeing the initial roll, but not after any of the roll's results. Okay. It's a fun idea. If you can make it work, props to you. I think we're better off with the Genie or the Fathomless. Fathomless does give us Spectral Tentacles, gives us a speed of 40 feet, and then resistance to cold damage. Interesting thing is that this character that is involved with Blipdoolpoolp, wow, Blipdoolpoolp. You guys, you try saying that 5 times fast. But this character is a Fathomless Warlock, or he has levels in Fathomless. He's mostly Monk, but he has levels in Fathomless and terrifies me with the Tentacles of the Deep all the time. But they also get you resistance to cold damage. Tentacle of the Deep can defend others, interposing themselves between them and harm. When you or a creature takes damage while within 10 feet of the tentacle, you can use your reaction to choose one of those creatures, reduce that damage. That's pretty nice. You learn Evard's Black Tentacles, and then you get to magically teleport through water, which would also be really, really nice. Guys, I think Fathomless might be the way to go for doing a padlock. Even though the Genie has some of the fun vessel, it doesn't quite have all of the Blipdoolpoolp things that I want out of that. So I think maybe we'll go with that, unless you guys really disagree. Just change the spell list. We could do that. That would take a lot. That would take some homebrew and some time that we don't have on stream. But if I had some other time, absolutely. So let's look at that. Let's look at the Paladin, and then Oath of the Open Sea. Let's see what we get. We do get Create or Destroy Water, awesome. Expeditious Retreat, awesome. Augury, Misty Step, Call Lightning, Freedom of the Waves, Control Water, Freedom of Movement, Commune with Nature, Freedom of the Winds. So this one doesn't look like we get Summon Elemental here either, but we'll get it with the Warlock. So we get a Marine Layer, which is a thick fog that kind of goes around you for a bit. And then Fury of the Tides. As a bonus action, you channel the powerful might and waves of bolster or attack for 1 minute. You can hit a creature with a weapon attack and push it 10 feet. We have Aura of Liberation. 10 feet cannot... while you're incapacitated... Wow. While you're not incapacitated, you can choose... You and creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you cannot be grappled or restrained, which is awesome. It would help if we couldn't get stunned from the monk, but I don't think there's many of those kind of abilities out there. And ignore penalties on movement and attacks while underwater. Creatures that are already grappled or restrained when they enter the aura can spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape, which is awesome. And then 15, which is probably as high as we would go if we did this. You can call on the force of crashing waters as a reaction. Whenever a creature moves in or out of your reach, creature takes 1d12 bludgeoning damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw against your spell DC or be knocked prone. So essentially we're looking at these three if we're multi-classing, and we would go from there. Tentacles can be reflavored for claws, absolutely, and also very terrifying. Having if it's like Everett's black tentacles and it's just a bunch of like claws like reaching up out of the earth, that would be very cool. Perhaps the tentacles of the deep could be reflavored as spectral lobster claws. Yes, it could absolutely. Tempest. So yeah, let's look at these real quick. So we have Tempest Cleric, which could also be good. Which gives us these spells. So kind of generally the same. Although it does have like more stormy powers like Cord, so I don't know if we want more of the electricity stuff with. Yeah, it says deal lightning damage. Blipdoolpoolp doesn't. That's not really in her domain, so I don't know if we want to go this route. Although we could just reflavor everything to cold damage. That's an option, right? That is definitely an option. And then let's look at the Druid real quick. And yeah, circle. I think you coined it with the Circle of Land. I think that might be our best one. So we have Mirror Image, Misty Step, Water Breathing, Water Walk, Control Water, Freedom of Movement, Conjure Elemental, boom, and Scrying. What would a Druid Warlock look like? That would be interesting. Or a Druid Paladin? I don't know. But I like the Druid. Let's look at what else we have here. So, moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement. You can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed. In addition, you have advantage on saving throws against spells that are magically created to impede movement, such as the Entangle spell. Nature's Ward, you can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae. Nature's Sanctuary, the creatures in the natural world sense your connection to nature and become hesitant to attack you. So, like beasts or plants and things. I'm not too worried about that because none of my current characters can summon creatures or can turn into creatures themselves. So I'm not worried about that. And with the ocean, there's not a lot of like plants or entangledness going on. So I don't know if this one would be too useful for us with the Circle of Land. We do get some Druid cantrips would be nice. So maybe a level dip if we did this. And we get natural recovery, which is also nice. Yeah, Cleric Druid build would be very, very interesting. Yeah. Any water flavor sorcerer options? No, there isn't. It's so sad to me. At least that I don't think so. Hold on. We have Storm Sorcery, but again, that's all lightning damage. I would die for a water-based sorcerer or an ice-based sorcerer. Either of those, Wizards of the Coast, please. Please do that. Please do that. Please do that. I kind of dabbled in it with the narrative leveling subclass that I made in the narrative leveling PDF, but it was an example and it's not like a fleshed out like all ice themed. I use it for an example, but anyways, I do need one. I need one. Yeah. So sorcerer, I don't see it being very useful with any water based stuff. Let's see if we have any others. Let's see what a ranger has, and then that might be it. Yeah, so here we have a Swarm Keeper. So we also talked about this. So this we would be able to summon a swarm at 3rd level. Attacks target, 1d6 piercing damage, strength saving throw, or be moved by the swarm by up to 15 feet horizontally in any direction of your choice. And then you are moved by the swarm 5 feet of horizontally in direction of your choice if you choose so as well. So it's very good in movement, doing extra damage as a bonus action, or sorry, immediately after we attack, it's an extra d6, and then they move. We get to move people around a lot, which is also nice. So it would be kind of fun to have this, like a Ranger Paladin as well. That might be fun. And then we can just be, our Ranger wouldn't be ranged, which would be so cool as well. Man, I am torn, guys. I am torn. What do you think? So we got the Warlock, Fathomless, which is which is a good up and comer, a good one in the running, which I think will give us a lot of what we want. And then the Paladin, the Oath of possibly the Stormkeeper Ranger. Let's open this up again so you can see the Paladin. Yeah, I mean, we could really dominate the movement thing. We can really dominate the movement because as a bonus action, bolster for 1 minute, and then we can push people 10 feet away from you. So we can push people on our attacks as well as immediately after we attack, our swarm could be moving them places. That would really be really cool. And I can just picture like a paladin just freaking ripped and having these lobster base or lobster carapace armor on. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. A swarm of sea urchins since they deal piercing damage. Yeah. I think claws of lobsters should do piercing damage as well, right? It's like or piercing this way, right? You pierce it. Hit with an attack. Stake Eldritch Blast, Repelling Blast. You can wait, when you creature with but it's a weapon attack. Weapon attack? Or are you talking about the ranger? Immediately after you hit a creature with an attack. But I think it needs to be within 5 feet of you, right? Swarm Nature Spirits has bonded itself to you and assists you in battle. While you're alive, the swarm remains in your space. Crawling on you or flying and skittering around you within your space, you determine appearance or you generate its appearance by rolling on the swarm table. Cause a swarm to assist you in many ways. It doesn't say that you have to be within 5 feet of it when it happens. Guys, this would be really mean also with the Eldritch Invocations where your Eldritch Blast moves people around as well. So you can move them once and then have them make a strength saving throw to be moved again. You're pushing them like 25 feet away. That's good. Yeah, lobster armor, living lobster armor. Okay, well now you're convincing me about a warlock. Dang it. But either way we get some really good movement capabilities. Oh, I guess with a tentacle on a hit, take 1d8 damage, and the speed is reduced by 10 feet. So you can push them 30 feet away and then reduce their oh wait, no, it's a melee spell attack. Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, well no, that makes sense. That makes sense because you're using a bonus action, right? Yeah, as a bonus action. So you push them away for 10 feet with your excuse me, 10 feet away with your Eldritch Blast, and another 15 feet away with your swarm, and then you attack it with this spectral tentacle, reducing their speed by 10. They're only gonna get up to like 10 feet away from you again, which is really cool, really nice. And then, honestly, if we really want to, guys, we can put all three of these together. We can put the tentacles of the deep. To the paladin first. When you hit them, right? We push them away with the 10 feet, and then, oh no, because then we wouldn't be able to Eldritch Blast. We wouldn't either need to attack or so that wouldn't work. Never mind. We wouldn't do that. So then a bonus, you can move the tentacle up to 30 feet and repeat the attack. So, but I don't know if we need that, right? I don't think we even need that. Druid, Ranger, Warlock. Yeah, maybe for the if we get Ranger, I think we'll get all the like low level cancers that we may need. That oh, excuse me. Sorry. So let's do this. We need to hurry because so we're gonna do this. We're going to go Fathomless Ranger. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Fathomless Ranger, and we're gonna go Ranger first because we want that armor. Or those proficiencies there. Yes. Add class. How much? How much do we want the ranger? I think just 3rd level. Because we could go to 7 where you condense the swarm into a focused mass that lifts you up. Goodness, excuse me. As a bonus action, you gain a flying speed. But lobsters don't really fly though, so I don't think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine without this one. Yeah, so three levels in ranger. There we are. Oh, we need the Tasha's. We need the Tasha stuff. In Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, we get additional features, and we are taking them. We are taking them. Okay. So we get Deft Explorer. Choose a language. We definitely need Primordial, and we need maybe Celestial. So this is a god. What do you guys think? Yeah, Celestial. Yeah. Kelp and seaweed are plants. If you are make a druid with make a red tide. Oh, is a red tide? A red tide sounds like a name or a thing that I've heard before. Or you could just be giving a real cool name to a tide of lobsters, which would be also really cool. But yeah, Fathomless Swarmkeeper does sound fun, Emil. It does. I'm kind of liking this direction. Choose a skill Perception. Wait, is that the only one we get? Oh, choose one of our skill. Proficiency and Perception is the only one. Okay, we'll leave that. Okay, here are the proficiencies. Maybe Animal Handling, just because lobsters, right? And then Investigation, only because they're probably... Oh, no, they're not searching for my character anymore. They're just... They have the key. They're not really searching for him anymore. But maybe Nature and Survival, I'm thinking. Nature and Survival, I don't see them needing anything else. It would be nice to have like a religion option, but we might get that in a second. So we'll do that. And then we get expertise in something else, but I think we can do better. So let's go to number 3. Let's go to 3, and we will get our ranger archetype of Swarmkeeper. Whoops, not Monster Slayer, Swarmkeeper. And since we're doing, like, we're mostly using in this build that we're kind of going for, we're mostly doing the Eldritch Blast, right? Red Tide is an algae bloom. I knew it was something. Red Tide is an algae bloom of red algae. That would also be really cool, and I would love for us to do a spell like that. Keep that in mind, absolutely. Does your character come with melted butter and lemon wedge? It will be, because my characters love to eat things when they're done killing them. I don't know why, but I still have nightmares about the harpies that I threw at them. Let's just say that the ship had chicken wings for a while. Okay, so, let's do, maybe Druidic Warrior to get some extra cantrips. I like that idea. Blind Fighting, nah. Again, it's only a little bit in front, or just a little bit. I think it's 5 foot, right? 5 foot, or 10 foot. 10 foot blind fight, or blind sight. I don't think we need that. My players don't have invisibility. Dueling, Druidic War, defense. We get an extra bonus to our AC. That makes sense. Let's see if we want any spells for because we won't get druidic. We won't get druidic cantrips anyways because we don't take druids, and unfortunately rangers don't get cantrips. So let's do primal savagery and shape water. I think we need to go druidic warrior on this one. I think we definitely do. So let's do those. Awesome. And then let's add another class for our for our warlock. And we're gonna go all the way to 12. What do we get at 12? So we get Gift of the Sea, so our grasping, so we get all the way up to grasping tentacles. Awesome. Get our optional features because we always got to do that. Okay, Otherworldly Patron. Here we go. Fathomless. Ooh, this is a fun one, guys. Okay, here's a fun one because warlocks are complicated. They have a lot of good stuff. So bear with us. We might not get into everything today, but we're going to get to as much as we can. Okay. Eldritch Invocations. Let's do Backboon first. See what kind of thing that we're getting. It would be really cool to get a Pact of the Chain. To get like a Lobster Familiar. Would be very interesting. Pact of the Blade, if we're trying to get them away from us, it might not be as good to try to also fight melee. Pact of the Talisman creates bonds with somebody, but I see them being very individual creatures, very selfish creatures, but I could be wrong. Some of you may come up with something that might change my mind. Pact of the Tome gives us extra spells, which might be interesting. We get like, wait. Oh, this also gives us cantrips. So yeah, this could work. We could get our cantrips this way instead of doing the Pact of the Chain. Because here's as a DM, I'm thinking, you know, what do I need to do in a fight? And if it is Pact of the Chain, then there's another thing on the battlefield for me to do, for me to take care of. And so, for me, just the ease of the DM, and not thinking that, so unless the Pact of the Chain or this lobster is integral to the story, I think I'm going to skip over it. And I think we're going to go to Pact of the Tome, and we're going to actually get those same spells that we had before. So Shape Water. Where was the other one? Primal Savagery, is it in here? There it is, Primal Savagery. And then up here, we are going to change the fighting style out to defensive to get us an extra bonus AC for our Lobster Carapace. I think that's what we want to do. And then the last spell, or the last cantrip would be, well, what do you guys think? Let's see, we got maybe Thorn Whip, maybe Sapping Sting, oh, maybe Ray of Frost. Prestidigitation is always good. Maybe we do need like an attack cantrip. Oh no, no. We're getting Eldritch Blast. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Magic Mage Hand, Lightning Lure, Light Infest. Ooh, maybe Infestation, guys. Maybe Infestation. Need to get Bigby's Hand? Oh, we do need to get Bigby's Hand. Oh, like a giant lobster claw? Yes. Yes. That would be good. Okay, I might go Infestation because that would be cool, like infest with lobsters. Let's see, but I don't know. Let's see, do a Chill Touch maybe if they do get up close. We're going to go Infestation. And remind me. So, Cloud of Mites flees and other parasites momentarily. Target must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take another D6 poison damage. And it moves 5 feet in a random direction. Yep. It's very fitting to what we're kind of going for here. I think that's what we want. Okay. So, Eldritch Invocation. Should we do Eldritch Invocations or spells first? Let's do spells of... Oh, wait. Do we get... Interesting. No? Okay. Let's do spells on the... Oh, can I not manage my spells? There we go. Add spells. So we get 3 first level spells for the Ranger. For some fun flavoring, perhaps a Warlock has physical tome that is written in gibberish that the Warlock can understand. Ooh. Yeah. Absolutely. Like a... like a coral encrusted like barnacle tome that kind of opens up, and it's like some sort of religious tome from the kua-toa, like ancient kua-toa. I freaking love that. Thank you. Just got here. What were the established attributes for this character? This character is a mean lady. It's a warlock ranger, swarmkeeper ranger, fathomless warlock of the god Blipdoolpoolp. Set out to help her to regain strength to break out of the prison of the water plane. And basically they're just doing rituals in her name at the current moment. Either getting her loads and loads of pearls and gold, or drowning humanoids in order to appease her, essentially. And then these things are the goal of Blipdoolpoolp. The big goal of Blipdoolpoolp is to basically make a bunch of kua-toa leviathans and get people to worship her again, and regain her civilization of worshippers that she once had with the kua-toa before she was locked away. So, Book of Shadows is a tangle of seaweed shoved in a clamshell. Ooh, also really good. Also really good. They look insane when they open up and read it. Yeah, it could be like, I imagine almost like a scroll, but made out of seaweed, which is also like really, really cool. You can flavor a seashell. The tome is a seashell. I'm liking all these tome flavors, guys. You get instead of hearing ocean waves when you hold it to your ear, you hear a whispering that tells you how to cast the spells. I like that. And then maybe if the players like pick it up, maybe they'll hear the ocean. Guys, that's so good. Like the conch shells, right? Conch shells where you put it to your ear and you listen to it. I love that. There's an animal called pistol shrimp that can punch it. Oh, the pistol shrimp, yes. We all love the pistol shrimp. It can pinch its claws so fast that it boils water. Maybe we can reflavor Thunderwave. It might be a little bit of spoiler for the movie Project Power, but it's basically a movie about they take pills and it unlocks a DNA strand of another animal inside of them. For as much as I can kind of say. The magic conch shell. Yeah, the magic conch. But they and one of the characters in that, again, spoiler, is a pistol shrimp, which is pretty cool. Why only humanoids? I'm sure a bag of cats would cover a Tuesday. What? Maybe I'm reading out. Maybe I don't know what the comment is. You need Eldritch Sight or Devil Sight for secret shrimp colors. Oh yeah, don't they have like 16? Couldn't they see like 16 colors while we can only see like 9 or something like that? 12? I don't know our number. I don't know. Okay, sorry. We got to get back to it. Okay. So we definitely want spells like Fog Cloud, right? Because that's kind of watery, right? Maybe Beast Bond. Maybe that's something that we want. Oh, that's just a link, though. We're not really in charge of it, right? We can just telepathically communicate with it. Ensnaring Strike. Yeah, we gotta get Ensnaring Strike. It's like we shoot an arrow, and it's a lobster claw. And we ensnare them with a lobster claw. I kind of like that. We gotta have Hunter's Mark, right? Gotta have we have the other ability with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, so maybe not. Hail of Thorns. When you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends, the spell creates a rain of thorns. That sprouts. In addition to a normal effect of the attack, each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. Takes 1d10 piercing damage on a failed save, half as much as success. Maybe not. Searing Smite. Extra fire damage. We want to stay away from fire damage, but we could always make it different. Snare is the same way. Maybe Speak with Animals. I like Speak with Animals because I don't... Wait, where's the elf? We don't need that. Zephyr Strike. I like this. So the Zephyr Strike allows you to move and moves without promoting opportunity attacks, and you can attack with it. So it's kind of like your swarm is moving you through the battlefield without you getting opportunity attacks, and you get to make an attack on the way. I like that. So maybe those three, I think, is our go-tos. Would be really, really cool. Cool. Look up Lyoconcha. Whoa, what is that word? Hyogoncha Hyogryphica. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so they can see an ultraviolet. That would be really, really cool. If the players listen to it, okay, we're talking about the conch shell. If the players listen to it, they hear the sound of shipwrecks, complete with splashes, creaking wood, and screams and gargles. I love this. Guys, this is awesome. This is great. That's unnerving, right? It's not only cool, it's unnerving, which I freaking love. Hi, Riker. You spelled it right. Good job, Alessandro. Good job. Absolutely love your content, and I was glad to buy the narrative leveling guide. Aw, hey, that's so nice. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. Oh, that's awesome. No, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and you guys are my inspiration, so thank you. Stay Harris says, you said, she said she drowns humanoids because of her patron bag of kittens. Can we... How do we delete a comment? How do we delete a comment? That's... No. Not the kittens. That's terrible. Terrible. But I get you. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to look up whatever that is. Okay, Lio Concha Hieroglyphic. Guys. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I'm just going to... I'm going to pull it... I'm going to put it here. Look at this. This is so cool. It's a conch shell that is like... That looks like it has glyphs on it. That's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, for the armor. That would be also really, really cool. That's really cool. Alessandro, I got you. Dude. I got you, ma'am. I don't know. Dude is like non-gender, right? Dude is non-gender. I'm pretty sure dude is non-gender. But that's a great idea. I love that. Even if not that, like maybe, I mean, they could be involved with their, on their arrow, like as arrow tips would be really cool as well. And maybe their spell tome, their spell book is just a bunch of those glyphs on these seashells, which would be awesome. Okay. How to make a party hate a villain. That would do it. Like, if you anything involves with killing cats in a campaign, I will finish them. I will unalive them so quick you won't even have time to say meow. Just saying. Okay. So we talked about Elder's Sight with Devil's Sight. I love Devil's Sight. We want that. Love that. With lobsters especially, I think that's totally fair. Shrimps, whatever kind of sea. I don't. What are the animals called? There's like a certain type of animal that it is, or a certain group of animal. Actually, let's look at this. A group of animals for lobsters. Arthropods. There we go, guys. His name's Arthur. We found his name. He's an arthropod. His name's Arthur. Okay, so with our so we wanted movement. So which one is that? Beast speech, we have that. Beguiling influence. Eldritch spear, is that what it is? Oh, fetch 300 feet. Eldritch blast, that is tight. I mean, that's nice because we can just keep shooting them away for a long, long time. So let's hold on to that. Dude is unisex. Yeah, absolutely. Dude is definitely unisex. Thank you. See Harris, crustaceans? Yeah, well, they're crustaceans, but like arthropods are also like crabs, lobsters, shrimp, and barnacles, apparently. Welcome to my TED Talk. Basically anything with a hard exoskeleton made of chitin, a type of protein. More you know. Ooh, Cloak of Flies, maybe? Bonus action, magical aura that looks like buzzing flies. Aura extends 5 feet in every direction. Grants you advantage on charisma checks, but disadvantage on intimidation. Any other creature that starts its turn in the aura takes poison damage. Nah. Eyes of the Rune Keeper, Fiendish Vigor, Gaze of Two Minds, Ghostly Gaze, Gift of the Depths. What's this one? Oh, I can breathe in water. I can already do that. Lance of Lethargy. Minions of Chaos. What's this? Oh, yeah, we definitely want that. You can cast Conjure Elemental once using a Warlock spell slot. Absolutely. You can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Great. Awesome. That's what we want. But wait, no, we get that already, though. We already get that with our Fathomless, right? Yeah, we get Summon Elemental, which is better. So we don't need this one. What else we got? Help me out, guys. Repelling Blast. That's what it is. Repelling Blast. Thank you. Repelling Blast. Awesome. There's so many of these guys. There's so many of these. Maybe it'd be better if we looked at them through here. Maybe if it would be better if we looked at them here. Whoops. Okay. Eldritch Blast, Mage Armor, Levitate, Speak with Animals, Compulsion. That one might be nice. Bewitching Whispers. If we can compulse people, I don't think we can make them drown themselves though, right? You can use a bonus action on each of your turns to designate a direction that is horizontal to you. Each affected creature must use its movement as possible to move a direction on its turn. It can take an action before it moves. After moving away in this way. Yeah, so that might work. Bewitching Whispers, just kind of reflavor it again as the moving of our swarm. I see cat in a comment. I don't want to read it. If the cat killing doesn't make the players hate the villain, when the ability to keep the players away will. Yeah. Repelling. All right, repelling blast is pushing ones. Thank you. Lance of Lethargy. It does have a cooler name. I think that that's just to slow them down. What's the current build that we're looking at currently? So it's a Warlock Ranger Swarm Keeper Fathomless build. And we're trying to focus on movement as well. I think that's kind of what we decided on. In moving both with our Eldritch Blast and our Swarm. A Repelling Blast and Swarm Keeper doesn't care about range. Eldritch Spear is actually kind of absurd. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah! You guys, you can move them 300 feet away. You keep reminding me of this, like, I don't know, this sounds so OP to me, because whenever you attack a creature with an attack, you get to move them with your Swarm. This can be, like, 300 feet away. Just 300 feet away, lobsters will just appear there and move the creature. Insane. I love it. We're definitely keeping that. Oh, Chitin is pronounced chitin. Thank you. Thank you. Greeks don't have a ch sound in their original alphabet. Guys, we're learning so much today. So much. Okay, we're going to keep a high eye on Bewitching Whispers. And then Book of Ancient Secrets, Chains of Carcerai, Hold Monster. We got Devil Sight. What do we have? Confusion. Eldritch Mind is awesome with concentration, though. But I don't know if we're focusing on that. Detect magic at will. Eldritch Smite. No, that's Pact of the Blade. False Life is always nice. Gaze of Two Minds. Ghost of the Gaze. Gift of the Depths. Ever Living Ones. Whenever you gain hit points, when you're familiar. No, you don't have a familiar. Gift of the Protectors. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on a page. Reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright. The creature magically drops to 1 hit point instead. Okay, but they're not really a team. They're not really a team player, guys. They're not really a team player. Pact of the Chain. I mean, we could do Lance of Lethargy, right? It's just reduce this creature's speed by 10 feet until the end of the turn. And then Life Drinker, when you hit a... it's packed open again. When you get the Hex Spell or the Warlock feature that curses. Deals psychic damage. Disguise Self, Alter Self might be good. Alter Self might be good. So maybe Alter Self at the Master of Myriad Forms. Minions of Chaos. We got maybe we should do Conjure Elemental just so we have like some other options. Maybe. What do you guys think? Should we stick to Summon Elemental or get Conjure Elemental as well? Let's see what race of this build. It is a Sea Elf. It is a Sea Elf. Build is horrifyingly effective. You can use Spike Growth as well. They will be suffering all the way. Yeah. Does I think Ranger get Spike Growth, right? Ranger can get Spike Growth. We might need to look at the spells a little later. I don't know if we're going to have time for that, though. From the 14th level, this build can move someone up to 45 feet back each turn. Yeah. That's pretty great. Maybe I'll have this character with a Druid member in the same like a two-party duo. One being like a Druid of Blipdoolpoolp, and this one being the Warlock of Blipdoolpoolp. It'd be very, very good. Yeah. So let's see. I like the Conjure Elemental just for like some kicks and giggles, right? Let's see, what else do we have? Dim light or darkness become invisible. Silent image. Slow. Jump. There's another talisman features. We get repelling blast, which we want. Polymorph. We want polymorph. Which will, wait, shoot. Sculptor of the flesh. Because, obviously, because again, right, Blipdoolpoolp has the power to change people into lobsters. We need that. We want that. We got Bestow Curse, Bane, Freedom of Movement once on yourself without expending a spell slot. That's also good. I like that. Because, again, we have the Swarm and we're in the water, which is also kind of the freedom that we kind of wanted to get to with the Paladin as well. So maybe Trickster's Escape. I like that one. I like that one a lot so far. Undying Servitude with Animate Dead, Arcane Eye. There's so many of these guys. And then Speak with Dead. And then Witch Sight was see the true form of any shape changer. So let's do Trickster's Escape. There we go. And then what was one? So we also had in mind Conjure Elemental or the Compulsion one. So Conjure Elemental or Compulsion. What do you guys think? No hate to a villain, but make a relatable character that triggers your trauma or reflects the very thing that you hate about yourself. It's a very good way to do it. Absolutely. Reverie. Absolutely. Can we turn our enemies into giant clams so they can't hurt us? Yeah. Yeah. It's an animal, right? You can absolutely turn it into giant clams. They don't have movement speed, I don't think. In my Alessandro, in my campaign, I have a gladiatorial fighter hyena shifter who the players hate because he's very good at acting like a villain. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think Compulsion is like a charisma save, so I don't know. You know what? We'll just do... What does Conjure Elemental do again? What does Conjure Elemental do? So we get an Elemental challenge rating of 5, lower appropriate to the area. You know what? We're gonna go this. We're gonna go to the other one because I just remembered I don't want to handle a bunch of things on the battlefield. You know, I don't. So let's do the Compulsion one. Where'd that one go? Where did you go? Bewitching Whispers. Bewitching Whispers. Beautiful. Okay. So we have feats and we have spells. But let's just do... We need to finish this up, so I don't know if... I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if we're going to have time for everything here. So let's do... We're going to do roll, though. We're going to roll. So let's see what we get. Ooh, 17. Nice. Right off the bat. 14. Guys, I'm liking these numbers. Dang. Holy crap. Okay. I was going to say. Wow. Okay. All right. I think definitely 17's in charisma, right? And then 16 would be dexterity. Yeah. And then we want strong constitution. Definitely strong constitution. We can just, I mean, I don't think really it's going to have good strength because it's not like a strength build. So let's do that. And then we want our 1 in charisma and our 2 in, let's say, I don't see us using our arrows a lot, so maybe we want it in health with constitution. With our 2. Yeah. And then let's apply. So we got 18 charisma, 14 wisdom, 14 intelligence, 16 constitution, 16 dexterity, and 10 strength. Guys, this is a solid build. That was a solid freaking roll. I wish that I rolled that on some of my other characters. This is fantastic. Take a turn off from L, just blast the party, get from 200 feet to 50 feet away. If anyone gets within 60 feet of them, turn them into a shrimp. Yeah. Yeah, she's a tough one. She's a toughie. Or wisdom to up your survival and ranger spells. Oh yeah, that's true. We do need that. So let's do that instead. So let's do this to be our wisdom instead, and this be our dex. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me. And then, yeah. Did that work? Wisdom 16? Yeah, it did. Good call. Good call. Good call. Pistol Strip Monk is a fun idea. We might, I mean, honestly, it'd be kind of fun to do like an entire party of this stuff, which would be really, really cool. And then description, we don't even have a background. I always do custom background anyways. Saves time. Configure, we want 2 languages, 2 skills. We'll do, we'll do 2 languages, because we also want, let's see, we want Arcana. Yep, that's what we wanted. We wanted Arcana, and we wanted Religion, I believe. Yeah, yeah. And then languages, we'll just put, we got Elvish. Is there any other fish? Is there any fish ones? Maybe Sylvan. Undercommon, I think, would be good, and Deep Speech. Why not? Oh, we get another one? Jeez. Okay. Oh, no. We changed the origin, that's right. So let's do Elvish, because they have that. All right. Equipment, probably want leather armor. We're kind of dexy. Definitely 2 short swords. Oh, no, actually, let's see if there's any other cool ones here. Clubs, it would be cool if a club was like dex. Hand axe. Oh, a hand axe would be like a cool reflavoring of a claw. Right? Or a light hammer just for like a bludgeoning. Is light hammer finesse? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope, it's not. So maybe we can do 2... I don't think hand axes are either, though. That's kind of dumb, isn't it? I mean, I would make it. I would make in my campaign. I would make it anyways, right? I would make it. So let's just keep the 2 short swords. Let's keep the 2 short swords, because then we can just easily just reflavor them into like a slashing of or pincering off of claws. I think it would be great. Dungeoneers pack or Explorers pack. I don't think that matters too much. But I don't think they are dungeon anymore. They're more explorers. This is more an ocean-based campaign anyways. So let's do that. And then, yeah. So we don't have spells. We don't have feats. But I do need to go. So I think we'll end it there. And maybe we can pick up next week on something else. But if not, so actually, just comment below what you'd rather do. If you want to like pick this up next week and continue to do this, or if you want me to just finish off and then put the, I would put the character link both in the description of this video as well as in my Discord if you want to see it there. So comment right now if you want to see this till next week, or I can finish this today and then send it to all of you guys so you can see the finished product. So comment right now what you want. Let's see. So, Steve Harris, I just see 1 in Charisma, 2 in Wisdom, gives you 18 in both your casting stats. I might have to relook at that. Thank you. Mind of the Lion, when you polymorph in enemy, you got to pick something that can't effectively kill you, but also can't be easily killed, so that the spell effect lasts as long as possible. You are correct. You are correct. Because, yeah, if another player goes up to the clam, like hits it with 1 hit point, then they get popped back up again. Yeah. So Giant Clam is better. Yes. Reverie says, do you have an online live campaign for your community? I don't currently. I am still at a point. I want to. I really do. I really do want to. There are benefits that when I eventually do for my highest tier patrons, that they'll be like first dibs when I do. And then hopefully here when I get to my new place, maybe I'll like film the streams that I do, or sorry, the games that I do with my own players. And then maybe put it up for people who support me in that way as well. But as far as right now, I don't have the money, I don't have the time to invest into something like that with my current resources and job situation and things like that. So But we're getting there. We're getting there. And obviously with your guys' support, both with Patron stuff and just watching my videos and being here and contributing in this way is phenomenal. So I thank you. So eventually is the answer to that. But thank you for asking, because that makes me feel like it's definitely something you always want to see. Flamingo says, this is fun. When will the next live stream like this will be? Every week on Saturday morning is my current thing. And that might change when I move, but I want to try to stick with that because it's a good time for me. I'm not even going to read that comment. Mind of the Lion. Okay, Bobby Rage, have you asked Jordan Peterson for help? He has written about lobster hierarchies and compared them to human societies. Really? Jordan Peterson? Okay, I'm going to look that person up. I'm going to, hold on. Put that there. Okay. Lobster claws shaped like warhammers. Oh, that would be cool. Like a big warhammer with a lobster claw on the... Oh, that's awesome, guys. That's so cool. So cool. Okay, so continue next week. Continue next week. Awesome. Continue next week. I see one finish it off. That way people can come in next time and aren't thrown into the deep with this whole thing. That's true. That's true. How's the lobster getting on? We're just finishing up, Rich Mary. Just finishing up. So yeah, so this will be... Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of continue next week. We might tack this maybe on the tail end of next week. So maybe some other people, if we have some other topics we want to get to, we can do those first and then that. Or we can just do, like, jump in from the beginning and it might not matter. A lot of people would still kind of have fun contributing. So, but I like that idea. We'll just continue it next week and we'll do this for you guys. Again, I don't think that we'll get to this part of the adventure next week or on Tuesday for my game. So I think we should be safe. I think we should be safe for my players. Cool. Tomorrow I'll be coming out with a Divine Sorcerer build. Divine Sorcerer video, so go check that out. I'll be putting that on Premiere here in a bit. And then I'll be playing a game here in the next couple hours with a Magic 8-Ball inspired Divination Wizard, which I'm excited for. So anyways, in the meantime, go out there and spread the good word of D&D and make the world a better place, both on and off your